girl's built like a 1x1 Lego piece. What even is a 1x1 Lego piece? Yep, you're banned. Have a good night.
And that's when he showed us exactly how he did it. Because what most people don't realize is that behind the jokes, the laughter, and the viral moments is a streamer who built his empire from scratch. There were no handouts, no pre-existing fan base, no connections in the streaming world. Casio started with nothing but a camera, a game, and a willingness to embrace who he truly was. And he did it using brains, strategy, and authenticity, without ever following the traditional path that most aspiring streamers assume they must take.
I have said I have 135 IQ for literally years now.
Queso didn't rise to the top by grinding for hours on end, climbing ranks, or trying to impress viewers with flashy skills. That's the image most people have of a streamer's journey. Endless late nights, perfect aim, high-level plays, and constant progression. And for a while, that was exactly what he planned to do.
Before I was a streamer, my whole plan to become a streamer was to become a professional or amateur Call of Duty player and then use the audience from professional COD or amateur COD to build an audience on Twitch and then go into streaming from that. But luckily people started calling me fat, so we're good. We bypassed all that.
His goal was clear: become a professional, or at least semi-professional, Call of Duty player. He imagined himself climbing leaderboards, joining teams, competing in tournaments, and then leveraging that skill into a streaming career. In theory, it seemed simple. Skill would bring recognition, recognition would bring viewers, and viewers would translate into a following. But life had other plans. There was a problem, one that could have derailed everything before it even began. People started making fun of his weight. And this wasn't subtle, harmless teasing. It was relentless, constant, and unavoidable.
I'm gonna take my car to the McDonald's. I'm gonna eat till I can't no more. I'm gonna take my car to the McDonald's. I'm gonna eat till I can't no more.
Every school hallway, every workplace, every social gathering seemed to reinforce the message. He didn't fit the ideal mold people expected. For most people, that kind of ridicule can crush ambition before it even starts. The voice inside your head starts whispering doubts. Who am I to do this? Why would anyone watch me? Maybe they're right. I don't belong. But Queso refused to let it define him. Instead of shrinking away from the teasing, he used it. Instead of letting it become a reason to quit, he transformed it into a tool. He didn't abandon his dream, but he did abandon the idea that he had to do it like everyone else. He realized that grinding endlessly just to prove himself through skill alone would be exhausting. And ultimately, it wasn't the only way to stand out. Instead, he focused on what made him unique: his personality, his humor, his unfiltered, authentic reactions. That was the edge no one else had. That was the opportunity.
This is all Filipino food. Oh, Filipino!
Today, Casio has nearly 8 million followers on Twitch. And while it's easy to look at that number and think luck played a role, the truth is far more nuanced. His rise wasn't about flashy equipment, perfect graphics, or elite gaming skills. It was timing, strategy, and a deep understanding of one universal truth. People are drawn to authenticity. They want to connect with someone real, someone they can relate to, someone who makes them laugh and feel included. Casio became that person. Even from the very first stream, he did things differently. Most new streamers start with 1 or 2 viewers.
It says 2 for me.
Maybe a friend or a bot. That's the common experience. Hours of broadcasting to silence, hoping someone will click the follow button. Not Casio.
57? Golly, Carl.
From the beginning, he averaged 73 viewers. A number that would make most new streamers' heads spin.
And it wasn't luck, it was smart planning. 2 days before that first stream, NBA 2K23 had just launched. Anyone familiar with the game knows that a new 2K release is more than just a game drop. It's an event. Thousands of players swarm online, searching for fresh content. Tutorials, gameplay tips, glitches, funny moments, and reactions. Most streamers jumped on Twitch live like clockwork, hoping to catch viewers in the moment. But Queso had a different approach. He didn't just go live, he recorded himself playing that very night, carefully curating moments that were entertaining, funny, and uniquely him. Then he posted them on TikTok, a platform where content spreads rapidly and virally.
The first stream I ever did, I had 70 viewers. The first time I ever went live.
Really? That's like weird.
Yeah, the first time I ever went live, because again, I blew up on TikTok first.
Yep.
His clips were deceptively simple. POV gameplay, raw reactions, and humor that felt unpolished yet genuine. There were no flashy effects, no cinematic edits, no complicated production, just Casio being himself, and that was enough. People weren't tuning in to watch NBA 2K gameplay alone. They were tuning in to watch Queso. They laughed at his jokes, his reactions, and yes, even the fat jokes. But here's the twist. Queso didn't run from them. He didn't try to hide or change. He leaned in. He made the teasing part of his charm, turning what could have been a negative into something people adored. That is authenticity at its finest. Taking what makes you vulnerable and flipping it into relatability, humor, and connection. 2 days later, he went live on Twitch, and growth was immediate. Within weeks, he was averaging thousands of viewers consistently, a remarkable feat for any new streamer.
Man, I busted out a 12-hour stream today. Didn't nobody come through though, because they ain't gonna see the stream. You gotta upload a clip, man.
It wasn't about endless grinding or trying to appeal to everyone. It was about presenting his energy, his humor, and his personality in every clip, every stream, every interaction. The audience didn't just watch him play, they watched him exist in the game world, reacting, joking, and being unapologetically himself. For the first month, everything went according to plan. Casio's TikTok clips were hitting, his first Twitch streams were gaining traction, and he was finally starting to see the payoff from months of preparation, trial and error, and sheer persistence. Viewers were tuning in, commenting, laughing, and sharing his content. From the outside, it looked like the dream was unfolding exactly as he had
If you
hoped.
look at Enderman with a spyglass, does that count? Yes, it does.
But the streaming world moves fast, audience attention is fleeting, trends shift, games rise and fall in popularity, and the novelty that initially draws viewers can fade almost overnight.
And that's exactly what happened with NBA 2K. Casio quickly realized that NBA 2K content has a shelf life. It's exciting at launch, but within weeks, players and viewers begin to shift their attention to the next big game. At first, the drop was subtle. Streams that once drew thousands began to see small dips. 1,000 viewers here, 500 there. And then, almost suddenly, the numbers dropped even further. What had been an overwhelming sense of momentum became a gnawing uncertainty. Thousands of viewers dwindled to hundreds. The excitement Casio had felt just weeks earlier was now shadowed by the creeping fear that maybe he had hit a wall, that perhaps his growth wasn't sustainable. Most streamers in that position panic. They double down on the same content, hoping the audience will come back. Some burn out, streaming more hours than ever, hoping sheer volume will compensate for the fading novelty. But Casio approached the challenge differently. Where others saw decline, he saw opportunity, a chance to pivot, to innovate, to expand beyond the constraints of a single game. When Hogwarts Legacy released on February 10th, 2023, Casio made a bold decision. He left NBA 2K behind entirely. For many streamers, this is the kind of move that ends careers. Switching games risks losing the audience you've built. Fans who came for sports gameplay may not follow you into a fantasy RPG. It's a gamble that could mean starting from scratch. But Casio wasn't starting from scratch. He was starting with strategy. He applied the same approach that had worked with 2K, TikTok-first content. He recorded his reactions, his jokes, his unexpected moments, and uploaded clips that captured his authentic personality. One TikTok in particular captured the essence of his style. "Sleep schedule gone, but gotta make Hufflepuff proud," he said, perfectly illustrating his humor, energy, and ability to immerse himself in the world of the game. That moment wasn't just funny, it was pivotal. From that day forward, Casio wasn't just a game streamer, he became a variety streamer, a personality first, a gamer second. His audience didn't follow a game, they followed him. Over the next 3 years, he would play over 700 games on stream, each one a new opportunity to engage, entertain, and grow his community. This transformation wasn't just about games, it was about mindset. Casio understood that building an audience wasn't about following trends blindly, it was about predicting them, positioning himself at the right time, and presenting content in a way that people couldn't resist sharing. But even with strategy, his journey was grounded in real life. Before streaming, life was far from glamorous. Casio worked long, exhausting hours at multiple jobs. Yet no matter how much effort he poured in, financial security remained elusive. The exhaustion, the frustration, the feeling of running in place, it all weighed heavily on him. At one point, his card was even declined at a dollar store, leaving him humiliated and questioning whether he could ever break free from the grind. He felt trapped, frustrated, and unsure of the path forward. The thought of giving up crossed his mind more than once. He even considered joining the military for 20 years, seeking the structure and stability he felt he lacked. But his mother, recognizing something he didn't yet see in himself, gave him a push. She said, "You're funny. Upload clips and see what happens." That advice changed everything, and he listened. But Queso's growth wasn't purely luck or charisma. It was deeply strategic. He experimented, studied trends, and ultimately discovered the optimal streaming formula. 4 hours per session, not 8, not 12, 4. But the number wasn't arbitrary. It was methodical. Each segment was designed to maximize engagement, create content, and grow a loyal audience. Yap session, first 30 minutes. This was not just casual chatting, it was deliberate. A time to interact with viewers, react to fan art, check out Discord setups, and open fan packages. It gave viewers time to join gradually and feel connected. Every interaction reinforced community bonds, creating loyalty that most streamers only dream of. Like games, 30 to 60 minutes. Easy, casual games allowed him to warm up for more intense content, while keeping early viewers entertained. It was an underappreciated stage in the stream, but a key part of his funnel for audience growth. Main content, 2 to 3 hours. This is where Queso poured his full energy into story-driven or indie horror games. Here, he delivered the experiences that viewers would remember, clip, and share. Engagement peaked during these hours. Final segment, up to 1 hour. Extra games created additional content for YouTube and kept the stream fresh. It was the bridge between live entertainment and long-term content strategy, feeding his ecosystem of channels. Every minute of Queso's stream had purpose: entertain, connect, and generate content. And it worked. His second YouTube channel now boasts over 2 million subscribers and 450 million views, a staggering achievement that turned his streaming career into a full-fledged entrepreneurial venture. Even the fat jokes, which could have been a source of insecurity, became part of his persona. By embracing humor and self-awareness, Queso created a community where vulnerability became relatability, and relatability became loyalty. His viewers didn't just watch him, they felt seen alongside him. Today, Queso is unstoppable. He isn't just a streamer, he's a content entrepreneur, a variety creator, and a community leader. His blend of strategy, authenticity, humor, and resilience has made him one of the most respected and influential figures in the streaming world. His story proves something vital. What some see as weaknesses, weight, ridicule, setbacks, can be transformed into the foundations of your greatest strengths. Queso didn't just rise to the top, he rewrote the rules of success in streaming. He showed that personality, strategy, and authenticity matter more than perfection. And sometimes the things people laugh at the most are the very things that make them unforgettable.